Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, everyone, can you hear and see us? Please leave in the comments if you guys can hear us, if you guys are seeing us moving around.
Yes, good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
Gail, Kelly, can you guys hear us?
Yes,
All right.
thank you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Just took a quick minute to get adjusted. Yes, thank you everyone for confirming that you can hear and see us. We are here live on the Budgetistas class. We are so excited to be here with you guys today. This is really our way to kick off our 5 days to FIRE class.
Well, what is that?
We've got an extra sound in the background for y'all, which we are taking care of right now. But we wanted to come live to you guys to talk about our 5 days to FIRE class. If you guys have already signed up for the class, give us a fire emoji in the comments so we can sort of see how many people are already signed up. You know, tonight is the very last night to sign up for the class. So make sure if you have not signed up for the class that you sign up for the class tonight. But what we wanted to do today is we really wanted to talk about we wanted to give you an idea of what the class is going to be like. So
yes,
what we wanted to do today was give you a quick mini lesson of something that we actually cover in the course. We're going to go into a lot more detail in the course about this, but we wanted to give you an idea of what the course is. And then we also wanted to answer questions that you may have about the course. If you're sort of on the fence about signing up for it, we can answer questions about that.
Yes, but you know what? First of all, I just want to thank everyone for being on tonight. It is so excited to see like all of these faces coming through, and for Tiffany to let us take over all of her social media. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I mean, it's like everywhere. We're probably on CNBC right now, for all we know. But it's really exciting that you guys are spending your Saturday evenings or afternoons with us. I see all of these faces coming through. Let's let a couple more people trickle through.
Okay.
You know.
And I saw a question about how do you sign up for the course. So I'm going to put this, let's see, right here. If you guys have not signed up, you can go to 5daystofire.com to sign up for the course. But we actually have a lot of stuff to cover today. So why don't we start by going over, we're going to talk about the question that we want to go over is how do you calculate your FIRE number? And you know, we picked this question because we thought, okay, what can we do for a mini lesson to really give them an idea of what the course is going to be like, but also, you know, if you're interested in signing up for the course, this will give you a great idea. But then also if you don't end up signing up for the course, this is a really great thing that you should know if you are pursuing FIRE is really how to calculate your FIRE number.
And your FIRE number, we think, is the most important financial gauge in your life. I mean, when we're talking about personal finance, financial independence, we think is the ultimate level of financial independence. And I've said this before, you know, when my parents were coming up, their generation was focused on, you know, good credit. And then the generation after that, they were focused on getting out of debt. Well, financial independence is the ultimate level of personal finance. It is so important, we think, for everyone to understand what their financial independence number is or their FIRE number. And so if we leave you with anything tonight, it is this: go out and calculate your FIRE number after we go through this.
Okay, so let's talk about how you do this calculation. So let's first talk about, you know, what is the FIRE number in general. So FIRE, if you guys don't know already, it stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. So your FIRE number is related to investing in the stock market. Your FIRE number is the amount of money that you need to invest, that you need to have in a stock portfolio in order to reach financial independence and be able to retire and never have to work again. So this is like a very important number that you should know. So let's talk about, now that we know how it is, how you actually calculate it. So the way you calculate it is you look at your annual expenses in retirement. You look at all of these different expenses that you're going to have in retirement. You add them all up for the year, and then you multiply that number by 25. So that is your FIRE number. That is the amount of money that you need to have invested in a stock portfolio in order to reach financial independence and to retire early.
And that's what we did, right? When we first started our journey, the first thing we did was we calculated our FIRE number. And it was a very large and overwhelming number at first. And we're going to get into all the details that are involved in calculating your FIRE number. But what Christina just gave you was the abridged, expedited version of how you calculate your FIRE number. But it's so important to get this number right, because for us, quitting our jobs was a huge deal, but it was something that we were so confident in doing because we calculated our FIRE number, to a level of detail that we feel confident sitting here right now, knowing we'll never have to go back to work again because our investments will be able to sustain us for the rest of our lives.
Okay, so we gave you guys how to sort of calculate it, the calculation for doing it, which is, again, your annual expenses in retirement times 25. But we want to sort of go a little bit before that and talk about how do you figure out your annual expenses in retirement. And again, we talk a lot about this in the class. If you haven't signed up, tonight is the last night, but let's give you an idea. So what you really want to do is you want to start off with a budget. So if you are currently budgeting, that is great. That's sort of like your baseline for determining your FIRE number. But we also have a FIRE budget in our course that will help you walk through all of the different categories that you need to itemize to really figure out your expenses. So what you need to do is start with your current expenses, and then you sort of begin to manipulate the numbers to find out what you think your annual expenses will be in retirement. And we say this because you do have to do some manipulation, because it's very likely that the numbers that you have now for your expenses or for your budget will very likely change in retirement. And healthcare is a great example. Healthcare right now may be one cost. In retirement, it could be a totally different cost. Another thing is if you decide to move somewhere for retirement, maybe you live in California and you decide to move to Portugal for retirement, those numbers can look a lot different. So the idea is really start off with your current budget and then use that as a baseline for determining all of your different costs when you get into retirement.
Yeah, so we actually had several FIRE numbers, but we based our retirement off of the highest FIRE number. So when we were going through this exercise, we were looking at retiring in different places around the world. But we're from the San Francisco Bay Area, so that's the number that we decided to use. In the end, we ended up retiring here in Portugal, which has a lower cost of living. So we could have actually left earlier. But we get into why we chose to use the San Francisco Bay Area FIRE number as our ultimate FIRE number, as opposed to a lower FIRE number. We get all into that in the course.
So what we really wanted to do was just give you a really brief sort of compact version of a small version of the course so you can really understand what the course is going to be about. And like we said, understanding how to calculate your FIRE number is very important. And this was such a brief version of all of the details involved in it. We go in our course about, this is for investing in the stock market. If you're interested in investing in real estate, for example, there's a different calculation. And in our course, we talk about investing in the stock market. We talk about investing in real estate, and we talk about how to calculate your FIRE number if you're interested in investing in either one. So that's really important. We also talk about some of the common mistakes that people make when they are calculating their FIRE number. But this is definitely information that you can use and that you can begin calculating your number now. If you're interested in really thinking how much do I need if I want to retire? Use that calculation, those annual expenses in retirement times 25, and that will give you an understanding of how much you need in a stock portfolio in order to retire early.
Yeah, it's such a powerful exercise. You should have it in your back pocket. especially if somebody acts up at work, you know how far away you are from fire. But that's a whole nother story. So I think what we want to get into, though, is we want to answer as many questions as we can about the course. Do we want to give an overview of what's included in the course?
Sure.
Now? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So for our course, it is again on the screen here. It's called 5 Days to Fire. And what you can do, or what the course is about, is it's 5 days of course. So it's from Monday through Friday. And every day you have different modules that you're learning different things about FIRE, things about mindset, about budgeting, about saving money, making money, about investing money. And then once you actually get there, how do you withdraw money? How do you live off
That's
of your
powerful.
accounts?
Yeah.
All of these things that you need to do, prep before you quit your job. So we go over all of these things over a period of 5 days. And then in addition to that, we have live Q&As. We have a 1-hour live Q&A every single day, Monday through Friday, where we talk about the stuff that you watched earlier in the day. And then we also had action assignments. So we talk about different action assignments, questions that you might have. And that's really the scope of the course. But I know that's a lot of information. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. We've been getting a lot of questions via email and responding to those. But if you guys have questions, leave them in the comments and we can go over those questions. This is not a question, but I saw someone's from the Bay Area, which we are from the Bay Area too. So let's see.
Okay.
So I did want to address a couple of questions. Let's go over. So if you guys have questions, please leave them in the comments. We'll start going over some of the questions that have been coming to us. Someone said, is this course available in the LRA or is it separate? So this course is a separate course. If you want to sign up for it, you have to sign up for it separately. You have to go to 5daystofire.com and sign up for it. It is separate from the LRA. Let's see. Oops.
Another.
What is the time frame of the course in the evening? Joyce asked. Great question. Actually, Joyce, that was one of the questions that I was going to answer because we get that a lot. So the course videos throughout the day, the modules, the actual course videos, those are, you can watch them throughout the day whenever you want because they're already pre-recorded. And for each day, it's about an hour's worth of pre-recorded video. And then we have the live Q&As. Those are Monday through Friday, every single day from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But we also record the live Q&As, and then those will be available for you to watch also. So if you cannot make the live Q&A, it's recorded. You can watch it later.
Yes.
Let's see. Kimberly, great question. Is the course self-paced or does it need to be completed in the allotted time frame? So it's sort of a combination, I would say. So it's self-paced in the sense that for the classes, like I said, they're already recorded. So if you can't watch the Monday course, you can watch it Tuesday, Wednesday, or another day. But there is a time cut off for the course. So the course is going to be posted Monday through Friday. That's when the course is running. Yes. And so we've had a lot of questions about extending the time beyond that Monday through Friday time frame and whether or not we were going to do that. So we've been talking to the Budgetista about that, and there will likely be a couple days that will allow for the course to be up for longer than the end of next week on Friday. So if you guys can't finish all of the videos, then you have a couple of extra days in order to get time to watch those videos. But the reason why it is for that shorter period of time, it's not going to be extended for a super long period of time, only a couple of days, is because we really encourage everyone to watch all of the videos and participate in real time and come to the lives and be interactive with what we're offering with this course. Because I think Budgetista mentioned this last time when we were talking, and she was really saying, if we give a deadline and people know that there's a deadline, you'll be more motivated to watch the videos and stay on course and do your action assignments and complete the course versus if we had this open for a longer period of time, maybe that wouldn't be the case. So we
Yes.
hope that by doing this, you guys will be able to keep pace with everything going on in the course.
Okay, I love this next question from S. Watts. Will the course go over how to invest money needed based on our FIRE number? Yes, it will. In fact, we start the course off by identifying what your FIRE number is, because everything that we do will be related to getting to that number. So in the course, we talk about saving more money and making more money so that you can invest that money to achieve financial independence, which is in turn reaching that FIRE number. So we go into great detail, but the FIRE number is that baseline that every module after is really trying to point towards.
Okay, we have another question from Mel B. She asks, what is the best way to manage the invest versus debt payoff? And then she said, student loan when aiming for FIRE, how is it balanced? That is a great question. We have a section in our course dedicated specifically to whether or not you pay off debt, you pay off all of your debt, or whether you invest, or whether you can do a combination of the two. And so we go into a lot of detail, and we specifically say, you know, if you have a mortgage, what do you do? If you have a student loan, what do you do? If you have high credit card debts, what do you do? If you have other forms of debt, we break that down. And so that is in our course. If you guys have debt, we talk about those different processes that you have
how to
go
balance
to.
it. Yeah,
exactly.
How to balance it, because we do believe you can do both, but you have to do an analysis before you make that decision. Let's see. So let's address that question right there.
Okay.
Okay. Somebody, Sharon asked, I have 50,000 sitting in savings, but I do max out my Roth every year. Would you suggest keeping it somewhere else? You know what's really great about this course is that we actually talk about how to approach investing, right? I mean, we talk in great detail about the order of investing, because when you are approaching FIRE, there's a strategy to how you should invest your money. So this question about what they should do with that money, we address that in the course. And everyone's situation is going to be slightly different. But in the course, we give you guys the tools necessary in order to make that decision, in order to kind of prioritize where you put your money. If it's 401ks, HSAs, Roth IRAs, a normal brokerage account, what's the rhyme or reason behind putting your money in these accounts so that in the end, you have enough money to retire early? And we also talk about accessing that money earlier. A lot of people think that when they invest in their tax advantage retirement accounts, they can't access that money early in order to retire early. But we actually address that particular scenario in the course.
And specifically, we talk about how to access that money early, penalty free.
Yes.
Because we have a lot of people that, like Amon said, that ask us, you know, if I put my money into these retirement accounts, I can't access them until the traditional retirement age. And why would I do that and then retire early and not be able to access them? So we have a video dedicated to how you actually can access this money penalty free, and that is in the course too. And I wanted to go to this question from Kinskin, who says, is it too late to start at my age, 42, for early retirement? I think this is such a great question, because, I mean, definitely, I say it is definitely not too late. But I really like that question. I wanted to bring it up because I bet there are people in this live right now that are thinking, wow, you know, I'm such and such age. I'm older. I'm younger than 42. You know, I feel the same way, right? So I feel like a lot of people come to us and they say, I'm starting too late. It's too late for me to start FIRE. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not too late to get a hold of your finances, to really understand what it takes to reach financial independence, to really be able to budget properly and manage your money and learn how to invest and do all of these things so that you can grow your wealth. And I think it's such an important thing. I never think it's too late for people to get started.
Yeah, and you know, that question to me, by just pursuing this, you're going to be better off tomorrow than you are today, right? If you just get started, you're going to end up in a better place. But one of the things that we do in the course, and this is my favorite module. We have a module called How to Retire Earlier Than Early, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talk about the different ways that you can actually expedite your early retirement, because there are investments that will get you there sooner. Safe investments. We're not talking about anything crazy, but there are things that can give you a better return. And so we do address that particular question.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm like trying to look at all these questions that are coming
Let me
in.
grab something really quick.
Yes, let's see. Okay, so Donna asked, how long does it take to complete each course? I work long hours as a nurse and I really want to participate. So Donna, I think that is a really great question. We really understand that people cannot, make every single live when it's at a set time. It can be very difficult. So in order to complete the class, each video for the day most of them are broken up into multiple different videos. So there'll be day 1 videos, day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5 videos. And accumulation for each day, those videos accumulate in total to be about 1 hour each day. So the live Q&As are also 1 hour each day. So you're looking at about a commitment of 2 hours of lessons or information every single day.
Yeah, if you didn't wait till the end and try to cram it all in, you got to do your homework too.
Let's see. Okay, Colin said, I'm 58 and have always wanted to invest in real estate. I feel like I'm a financial failure because I don't have a retirement account or a 401k or a savings account. Colin, I will definitely say you are not a financial failure.
And we talk about mindset. This
This
is so important. We shouldn't be using language like that, because the reality is the real battle that you'll fight when you're on your financial independence journey is the mindset battle. You'll have people around you that are going to be hating on your journey, and you just want to try to stay as positive as possible. And we talk about how mindset really puts you over the top. So whatever you just said about being a failure, we're going to totally disregard that. In this course, we tell you what you need to do in order to start taking action, right? Don't even think about the past. We're talking about moving forward in this course.
Mm-hmm. And I also think that, I feel like the very fact that you are pursuing financial literacy, that you're really interested in the FIRE topic, that you really want to learn more about how to organize your finances, how to reach financial independence. I think that is a huge step, and focusing on the positivity of that is a really big deal.
Yes, definitely. Okay. There's so many questions. Let's see. Let's go to this one. Okay, someone actually asked a question about a business question, and I'm probably gonna pronounce the name wrong, but it's Axie. But it says, good evening or good morning in your case. Do you talk about how to start a business? What is required, such as whether it should be an LLC, marketing, etc.? Now, we have a module dedicated actually to side hustles that are best for FIRE. And one of the things that Christina and I did on our journey is that we were side hustling our butts off. But we weren't working harder, we were working smarter. So we think that a side hustle is a key element in the making more money aspect of achieving financial independence. Because you can only save so much money on this journey. You have to figure out ways to make more money. So we talk about side hustles, and some of these side hustles, I mean, they can expedite your journey. I don't want to say overnight, but they can move your journey up a lot faster. And so we talk about kind of how you go about picking the most appropriate business. We talk about There's a whole process that we go through and an exercise that will help you get to that point where you are making more money to support your FIRE journey.
Okay, the next question is we have is from R. Golden, who says, will this work for someone in their late 50s that are currently behind the ball on current retirement accounts? So I definitely think, yes, if you are in your late 50s, you definitely are able to, begin this course, begin pursuing financial independence and reach financial independence. If you are, if what you consider is late on the ball, even in your late 50s, it's still possible to begin learning how to invest in the proper accounts, putting those monies in accounts, learning how to order your investments, learn how to make more money, all of these different things in your late 50s, there's still a great opportunity in order to learn these things.
Yes, it's never too late. Let's see. What's the next question?
Well, this isn't a question, but Michelle said, I'm registering after this live. Who's with me?
Right on.
Okay, let's see. Bessie says, love this, multiple streams of income. Yes, like we said, there's a whole day of making money in this course. So if you guys are looking for learning about how to learn about new streams of income, different streams of income, how to start a side hustle and make the side hustle create the side hustle that's best for you, then you will definitely find that in this course.
Yeah, and that was probably my favorite aspect of our FIRE journey, was the make more money aspect, because to me it was almost like once we identified our FIRE number, we were more intentional about saving money, but also about making money. We would be able to identify opportunities that most people would literally step right over. And I would always joke with my friends, there is literally money in the streets. And so when we had our FIRE number in mind, we would do these things, and we talk about it in the course. We would be able to set these goals, and every month we would just be getting 1% better. We would save 1% of our income, but we'd also make 1% more of our income. And as we got further along in our journey, it was like a snowball effect would take place. You see, what you guys are doing right now, just by pursuing FIRE, by just listening to this course, listening to us speak, you are doing something amazing. I wish that I could just share all of this knowledge with the entire world, but most people aren't really ready for it. They tend to put up all of these excuses, all these roadblocks. But what you guys are doing right now, just by listening to this, you're taking action. You're moving forward on something that can lead to an amazing lifestyle. I mean, me and Christina, we're sitting here in financial independence, and we can do whatever we want with our time. The 40 hours that our employer had, we took it back, right? And we get to spend it however we see fit. And so that's why we're always so passionate about everyone pursuing financial independence. We think it's the ultimate level of personal finance. We hope that all of you guys are in some way or another making moves towards it. And you're also telling your friends. That's one thing that we did. We brought a lot of people along on this journey. So I could go on forever talking about FIRE, but I have to leave a little bit for you guys to sign up for the course and to commit to making moves, to taking action. So
let's go through one last question. One last burning question. Let's see. This is a technical question.
Which one is that?
Oh, wait, no, I guess, no, let's see. That was my question. Okay, hold on.
I see there's some federal government employees in here. Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to find a question that might apply to a lot of people.
Okay.
Go ahead. Which one?
Okay. Let's see. Will the course be offered That's not the last question we'll answer, but one of the questions is, will the course be offered at a later time? And unfortunately, I don't think so.
Sorry.
Yeah. Let's pick. We want to pick one last question that is an ultimate question. Let's see.
Okay. Well, now you're putting too much pressure on me.
It has to be a good one, Christina.
Okay, let's do another one. It says, for Christina, she says, is there tangible material that I can go back and reference from the class?
Tangible,
yes, most definitely. You know, we are going to have action assignments that you should be going over throughout the course of the class, and you can download the material for that. But then you'll also have different handouts and different information that you can get from the class. Like at the beginning of the session, I was talking about how we have a very cool, very specific FIRE budget that you can work on. So we give that to the class, we give that out in the class, and we give out other things. But for example, this FIRE budget, this is something that you can keep with you and keep working on, you know, really forever.
Yeah.
You know, we are still budgeting even now that we are in retirement. And so that's just an example of something, but definitely there's going to be different resources, different things for you to be able to download and for you to keep even after the class is closed so that you can keep for later.
Yeah, you know, what I like about the course is that every day builds on the next day, and at the final day, you put it all together. And so by the end of the course, you will have an action plan that gets you to FIRE, right? Everything that you need to do. You've calculated your FIRE number. You've put together side hustles. You've identified ways to save and make money. You have started investing. These are all things that by the end of the course, you will be able to identify. It will be tangible, but really at the end of it all, it's going to be up to you to take action. And so by having the homework assignments, by coming back every evening and talking specifically about what you guys learned, hopefully you don't just listen. Afterwards, you are taking action. You are going into your investment accounts. You're making moves. If real estate is your passion, we also talk about real estate. You're making moves in that regard too. You know, Christina and I, when we were on our journey, we did a lot of reading and education. But once we learned as much as we could, we took action. Mm-hmm. And so that's why this course is designed the way it is. It's designed so that by the end of each day, you are doing something to move you towards your FIRE number.
I think that you finished that off, Amon. Okay, so we've gone a little bit over, but it was just supposed to be 30 minutes. We just wanted to drop in so quickly just to give you a feel for what the class is going to be like, and then just answer some of the questions that you have about the course. You know, when does it start? How long will it be offered? How will I be able to view it? These types of things.
Well, this is the last day, right?
Today is the very last day. Tonight at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time is the deadline for you to sign up for the class. You can go to 5daystofire.com in order to sign up for the class. We are super excited about the class starting. We want it to start now. We're so excited, and we feel the energy from everyone. That's why we're like, let's get started now. But the class does start on Monday. The deadline to sign up is tonight, 11:59 Pacific Daylight Time. So make sure, if you guys have not signed up yet, that right after this live, you go straight over to the site and you sign up for the course. And we are so excited to be joining you again Monday.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys on Monday with your notepads and ready to go. So you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good Sunday, and we will see you on Monday.
Thanks so much, guys.